So, I am a horror fan, as well as a fan of many other things, but I do like horror. But I'm noticing some really, really annoying trends, and people don't seem to get what horror is, and they're just relying on cheap tricks. So I'll kind of go in chronological order instead of what kind of incited me to make this video. But yeah, so first it was, gore porn all over the place. But people were easily becoming desensitized to violence, and you need to get people scared, right? Not so people are like, oh, jump scares all over the fucking place but the thing is, without both of those, they're not actually putting any effort to creep you out or to scare you. They're more putting effort into startling you, or just disgusting you. And then along the same train of the disgusting you is a recent trend that is just pissing me off, really, is the use of sex in horror. Where this is coming from, because yesterday I was browsing through Netflix looking for something to watch, and then this TV show called Black Mirror came into my recommendations because I watch horror stuff. And it's described as, Alfred Hitchcock's Twilight Zone meets a different thing that I've never heard of, but anyway, sort of modern take on it using, the fears of modern technology and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. So, start watching it. The first episode is about, this princess who gets kidnapped, and the ransom is that the prime minister has to fuck a pig. That's not horror, that's just disgusting. And then I was like, okay, fuck this shit, so go to this, I watched more of it than I wanted to. I just, when you're watching something so disgusting, you just can't look away. After a while, I was like, no, this is just, I was just wanting to find out if he'd actually do it, and when he was like, okay, he actually is doing this, let's fuck this shit and go to the next episode. And I'm like, I'm gonna read the synopsis first, and it's more sex stuff, and then by then I was like, no, fuck this show, let's go watch something else. And this isn't just with Black Mirror either, because there's this horror, this haunted house thing that I heard about some time ago from Cracked, and it's basically it's supposed to be the scariest haunted house, whatever, and it's all sex shit. People who are making horror are kind of going into the line of disturbing sex crap to be scary. And here's the thing, because yes, we've become desensitized to violence and everything else, but grossing someone out, disturbing them, is not the same as scaring them or creeping them out. People who like horror don't like being disturbed, they like being creeped out and scared. And I'm a horror fan because whenever I see something creepy, it's not so much that I get scared or I enjoy getting scared. I just like creepy things, and it just puts a dark smile on my face at most, which sounds like I'm a psychopath. But anyways, I like creepy stuff because, kind of like how I like art, to see the effort into it and the kind of the thought behind it and all this other stuff. But just grossing a person out or relying on jump scares all over the fucking place, that's not... At best, you'll get me startled, and that's not a good thing, because the whole fight, flight, or freeze? Yeah, it's not just fight or flight, it's fight, flight, or freeze thing. Whenever people get scared, if something jumps out at me or startles me, I will fucking hit it. Because growing up, my brother was always jumping out from places and always just randomly attacking me to try out a new freaking move that you want to do, whatever. So I got kind of if something comes out at me, I'm gonna hit it and whatever. And I accidentally punched my mother in the face because she decided to jump out at me, and she's significantly shorter than my brother. Anyways, one time I was watching a movie and I fucking slapped my laptop off my lap. And luckily, it landed on something soft, but yeah, something jumped out at me and I fucking hit my laptop. So, yeah, jump scare is not good for me. I actually will, do this while I'm watching a jump scare to keep me from hitting something. But yeah, what I like are movies that really, put in the suspense and the kind of, the thought and the mind meld. It's another thing, psychological thrillers. I used to fucking love them until they all ended up being exactly the fucking same, which is, oh, the protagonist is fucking insane. And it's all hallucination, or they're the killer all along, or they're actually the antagonist, or whatever the hell. I'm like, okay, first of all, stop making mental illness sound like, that sort of thing. And second of all, you can have a psychological thriller without having the main character have psychological issues. Well, yes, okay, they're gonna have psychological issues, but not be so insane that you don't know that you're fucking insane type deal. People can be insane and realize that they're insane. It seems there was this quote, which at first I was like, yeah, but because there was this one girl in school kept on telling me how insane she was, but she really wasn't. She just was wanting attention. Anyways, it's like, only the insane don't, no, insane people don't know they're insane, and if you think you're insane, you're not, or whatever. Like, I'm sorry, but I know I'm insane. Like, I don't know if insane is the right term. I have mental illness issues. I know that, and I had to recognize symptoms to go to a doctor about it. So, yeah. And dissociative personality disorder, which is most people call multiple personality disorder, isn't actually that common to the point where it's the protagonist of every story, and people with it aren't necessarily fucking psycho killers. So, yeah. Some horror movies I actually did enjoy were 1408. That one was good, because that was a psychological thriller that did not rely on the protagonist being crazy, and it did not rely on jump scares to scare you. That one was really good, because it was making you question what was real without going on the boring old caveat of the person being insane. Because that's another thing, I listen to creepypastas all the fucking time, because whenever I do my art, I need something to listen to, and you know, I find creepypastas is really good because I can't just listen to them and I'm ADHD, so I need to have minimum of 2 senses being stimulated at any one time. So while I'm drawing, I listen to creepypastas because I can't really listen to them otherwise. And seeing as I draw a lot, I listen to them a lot. And I hate the fucking theories creepypastas because it always relies on the person on some sort of insanity or schizophrenia or multiple personality disorder bullshit. But yeah, so 1408 was good because it made you question what was real. And it made you think and everything else without having a crazy person. And it really creeped you out without relying on gore. There was barely any gore in that whole fucking movie, yet it was scary still. Another one I liked that did have some jump scare going on was The Woman in Black. That one was pretty good, cool, you know, nice story and everything. The fact that they're making a sequel fucking pissed me off because I found it ended perfectly and it didn't need to be continued, especially considering, huge spoiler here, the dad and the son die at the end, so what the fuck are they going to continue with? Anyways. But yeah, so, here's the thing. Don't use sex, because that's just grossing people out. It's not scaring people. The purpose of horror is to creep them out, or scare them, or make them kind of, like, uneasy, in the sort of, like, oh, what's real, what's not kind of way. Not that, oh, that's just really gross, stop it, ew. Because, here's the thing, disturbing people with sex is not disturbing them with horror. It's a totally different thing, and honestly, that's just really lazy writing if the only thing you can think of to scare people is to do really gross sex shit. That's the thing, is I hate how lazy people are with horror. If you're gonna do horror, do it properly. And I know, it's not easy, so hire a good writer, you know? Like, jeez. Oh yeah, another good horror movie, pretty decent, was Insidious. I mostly really liked it when he was going through the house and it was like all the ghosts and they were frozen in place. I really liked that scene, especially the one with the daughter. She's like, he goes into the other room and then he comes back and then she's creepy fucking face with the gun and everything else. Like, I fucking love that shit. See, I like things that are creepy. It kind of like, it's exciting to me-ish. Like, creepy, not like, oh my god, let's go kill someone. It's no, just like creepy shit. Like, the creepy, something's really off, you know, whatever. Like, I kind of like that shit, which is why I'm a horror fan. But I'm also an action movie fan and a superhero fan. I'm nuanced. Anyways. But, yeah. Sex shit, it's just, ew. You know? Like, if I wanted to, I hate that there's sex in everything. If I wanted to watch people have sex, I would watch a porno. Then again, there aren't any good pornos because it's all targeted to the male audience, which kind of sucks if you're a lesbian. Anyways, so, yeah, I don't know, like, they always gotta, I don't mind it if it actually makes sense, but when they're just having sex for sex sake, it's kind of like, okay, we get it, move on. I wish, it would be cool if, like, Netflix had an option to skip sex scenes, like, you know, so you don't have to, like, try and figure out when it's over or whatever. Not that I'm a prude saying we shouldn't have sex everywhere or whatever, but it kind of, like, it gets to the point where it's like, yeah, okay, let's move on. Like, when it's, like, the 5th sex scene and something, it's like, okay, move on with the story already. I didn't come here to watch sex, I came here to watch a story. Like, True Blood, I couldn't fucking get past the 3rd episode because it was just sex all over the fucking place. It was like, at first I was like, okay, fine, I can put up with this, but then after a while I was like, okay, we get it. So yeah, this movie is way longer than I intended. This video is way longer than I intended. Thanks for watching.